All right. Hello and welcome to this guided walkthrough of the National Geographic Forces of Nature website. Um, every now and then they do some updates to the website, and when they do that, it breaks the link. So rather than posting a link to it, I'm going to show you the easiest way to access that. And that's just to go to your Google web browser and type in National Geographic Forces of Nature. And when you do that, it will be the very first link that pops up. And you click on the link to open it up. And when this link opens up, you'll find out that the page that it takes you to shows you absolutely nothing. Okay. And that's because you have to allow the Adobe Flash Player. So, right over here, this icon, this little button, you just click on this once, and then there will be this little pop-up box. Now, if you get click happy on this button, it is not going to open up. So click it once, wait, and then hit the allow button. Once you hit allow, you see that it opens up the actual Forces of Nature interactive. Now, the main one that it opens up on is tornadoes. But notice these four icons over here on top. If you hover over it, this one's tornadoes. Next to it is volcanoes, hurricanes, and also earthquakes. Okay. So before you watch this video, you opened up the two documents that showed you through the tornadoes, and it had questions about the hurricanes. Now it just said open up the website and go. Okay, now as soon as you open up the website, if you were completing the tornadoes Webquest, you are on the first page over here. There are 6 tabs over here on the left to move through the pages. Now these are the different pages within each tab. So this is the lab tab that has 6 pages to complete the Webquest. There's also the map where you can explore different locations, okay? And the case studies. Now, once you click on case studies, now these are the 6 different pages for 6 different case studies. But for our Webquest, it starts with the lab on page 1. So the very first thing that I would have the students do is they would log into the website, and with that Webquest packet, they will be able to just read through the information and scroll down to be able to gather their answers. So it's very cut and dry, page 1, and it's even titled, "What is a tornado?" And those questions, those answers would be hidden within here. And then I always encourage the students take advantage of all the other things that this website has to offer. So over here, for example, cause your own tornado. You can click on that and then manipulate the different effects over here to create a tornado. So a cold, dry air mass meeting a warm, moist air mass. The pressure, the winds, variable winds create those conditions. So now some falling pressure, and they get to see the tornado come through. So there are simulations embedded within the application for them to be able to go through and just kind of play around and see what it could do. Okay. So back to page 1, that's where they created the tornado. You can scroll over to page 2. Over here, same thing. They can continue to read the information about it, scroll down. Don't forget the next button over here. A lot of students forget to click next, which will then take them to the next page, the next guided simulations. So the interactive, the visual, the content within that's embedded within, I think is really great. After they're through over here looking at what causes a tornado, they can look at the characteristics of tornadoes, and they scroll over here to be able to fill in the blanks of their Webquest, but then seeing the tornado damage. And so now they can actually manipulate the Fujita scale. All right, if it's a F0, all right, very light damage, F1, F2, F3, F4, and then F5. With the descriptions on the Fujita scale, the description over here. Scroll back up. Then over here, the type of damage. After they scroll and they read through the information over here, there are the videos that they can open up. There are pictures that they can open up within the Webquest. And then over here, how tornadoes are forecasted, same thing. Keep in mind the pictures. I always tell them to read the captions, look at every picture, scroll through everything. If there's something to be clicked on, click it. And then where they can actually create a tornado, which is where we had jumped from on that first point. So that's the kind of a walk through the tornadoes. Here is the hurricanes one. So I switched over to hurricanes just by going over to the top and clicking here on this button. Same thing that on the hurricanes, it's set up with the 3 tabs on the right with the lab and then the map to click on to see about historical hurricanes, and then also the case studies and the descriptions. And once you click on case study, same thing. Now it changes the pages over here to be a different hurricane for each particular case study with the information already right there for them. So back to the lab, same thing. They can read the information over here to fill in the blanks within their hurricanes Webquest, and then take the shortcut to explore around and taking a look at ocean temperature. Humidity levels are high, pressure is low. Boom. Category 5. All right. But back to the Webquest, they read to fill in the blanks, go to page 2 to read the information about what causes hurricanes. They scroll down to get the information. Don't forget the next button over here at the bottom. Like I said, that's just something that students commonly overlook. They say, oh, I can't find any of the answers. Have you clicked the next button? But great graphics to then look at what causes the hurricanes, to explore different hurricanes, and once again another interactive where they can come and take a look at different angles just by clicking, holding, and then dragging around to look at the hurricane. Looking at the characteristics of hurricanes as well. And so they read the information, fill the blanks, and then they can change the intensity over here, just like we did with the tornado, to be able to look at the type of damage that each category hurricane could cause. And then the effects of the hurricanes. We scroll for information, and they can look at the pictures, the videos, and then hurricane prediction, what information we have now to be able to accurately predict. And then always read the captions within the pictures. And then just they're the tool to be able to create their hurricanes once again. So I highly encourage using these two. And then also don't forget, within this website, they also have the volcanoes that you can explore that goes within our curriculum, and earthquakes as well. So there are our web quests for those. I am going to be asking you some questions about the case studies right over here within volcanoes. So once you load the page, go to volcanoes, click over on case studies, and then you can switch to the different cases by clicking the buttons over at the top. But I hope you understand how to navigate this website a little bit better, how to be able to utilize that Webquest within your classroom. I know I use this every year, and I use all four. I think it's a great tool. The students love it, whether they get to work in groups or independently. Day to the library to work on the computers, or if you're a one-to-one school, they can work on their Chromebooks. But great opportunity to get them, connected with technology while diving into our curriculum. Okay, so this is the Forces of Nature by National Geographic website walkthrough. Thank you.